All right, welcome back to the shop. So in this video, I'm introducing a new vehicle that I have here in the shop. This is a 1962 M422A1 Mighty Mite. I have other videos on these explaining all the details about them, talking about them. So if you want to know all that stuff, just search out my channel. Look under, I have everything grouped up under military vehicles. You'll be able to find a couple of videos I have on these M422s. So this one I picked up in San Diego. It's been down in the Vista area for quite a while. When I got the paperwork, the registration, I had two different owners on it throughout the years, both of them in Vista. So it's been down in San Diego for quite a while. The paint's a little off. It's kind of a goldish color in that green, so I'm going to have to repaint it for sure, for one thing. It's got the water fording kit. It's going to need some work. I got to do some exhaust work to it, suspension work. I've already started filming some videos on doing maintenance to it. I'll make sure this video comes out before those maintenance videos do, since this is the intro video for it. It's going to need new tires. It's got non-stock seats, but the seats, they fit good. They're good seats for this. And anybody that knows Mighty Mites know that these seats, the original seats, are very, very hard to come by. It's in really good shape as far as the vehicle goes. It's got two dents in it down at the bottom, one on each side, but I think I can hammer those out pretty good. This is the worst one. It'll take a little more work, but I think I'm going to be able to get those figured out. It's got this rack on the back that somebody made for it, which at first I thought it was going to take off, but then I've decided I really like it. It holds those two jerry cans, holds a spare tire, and it's really cool. You pull this pin out from either side. I can pull the pin out of this side and swing it out that way. I can pull the pin out of the other side and swing it this way, and it works good. It's got these really cool cam locks on the fuel tanks. You slide up. Anyways, these wheels are offset here, and they're like cams. You lock down and hold the jerry cans in. It's got a regular spare for it. It's really clean inside. It's got this aluminum plate in the back, and I don't know why, because the floor is in great shape. When I put it on the lift, I can see the original floor, and there's nothing wrong with it. But there's two metal pads on here too, so I'm guessing maybe somebody had either a gun mounted on there, like a gun tripod or something, or a tow missile launcher mount or something, because these did come with stuff like that. They came with a, you put a 50 cal in the back. Some came with a tow missile launcher on them, the different things that they could put in there. So I don't know what that's all about. It's got a roll bar. Somebody made a roll bar for it, a real nice one. I'm going to leave it in here and leave the canopy on my other 422 over there. I have the Bose. I don't have a canopy, and that one I'm probably just gonna, once I get it running, I'm just gonna leave it open, just open cab on that one and not worry about it. But this one I'm gonna leave the top on because it's a really nice top. It's in really good shape, and it'll keep the sun off me. All right, so now that we've got it up on the lift, we'll walk around here and kind of show some of the stuff that it's gonna need. Both the CV boots are bad. I've got to find those. Actually, it's two different ones. One's black and one's blue. I'm going to see. I've seen them for sale for about 60 bucks each, but I'm going to look and see if I can find some crossover numbers to find a cheaper boot. They look like they're not too hard to do, so that's not going to be too big of a deal. Come up here. If you look at the front axle, you'll see a bunch of oil leaking down. There's two different things leaking. One of them is the bottom hose on the oil filter. So I've already ordered. Actually, I ordered both hoses for that. And then both valve cover gaskets are leaking, and if you look at them, there's just silicone kind of squirted out of them. So someone must not have been able to get the gaskets or something, and they just tried to seal it with silicone. So I've got a gasket kit coming, so I can go ahead and do that the right way. I've ordered all the wheel cylinders. I'm going to change all 4 wheel cylinders. When it got here, the master cylinder was blown out, so I had to change the master cylinder. And then that right rear wheel cylinder, it leaks a little bit and it'll lock up. If you hit the brakes, it'll drag that wheel. So I've got to get into that for sure and see if there's something wrong with the brake system in there, or if it's just the wheel cylinder is just that bad and it's sticking. But I'm going to do them all. That way they're just done. It'll be something that doesn't just come up and surprise this thing in the future. Just get it done while I'm working on it. You've noticed the alternator doesn't have the giant generator in there, and the regulator unit up on top, but the engine's missing. This is a 24-volt alternator, and I'm just going to leave that in here. It does the job. It's fine. This isn't a show truck. It's just a little small collector truck, something to have some fun in. I haven't really shaken down the tie rods yet and the kingpins, but so far all that stuff actually looks pretty good, just from what I have checked. And it rides nice. Doesn't have any wobbles or any weird vibrations or anything like that. Let's see, anything else on the engine? I'll have to get a light in here and check on that motor mount. Looks like that motor mount might be bad. A lot of times they are. If somebody goes and puts a jack under the front differential on these and tries to jack them up, they're known to break these motor mounts because the differential is mounted right to the engine, and it's just that rubber mount, and it'll just snap that mount. So I'm going to dig into that in just a minute here. We're going to, after I put the camera down, to see if that's bad. And then this ground cable, it's about to break. I got to replace that or put a new end on it. The exhaust. So it's got the Fording kit. A lot of it's not hooked up anymore. But it's got a real bad exhaust leak. And right here, this isn't actually part of the Fording kit. This is for the, you know, the heat riser tubes to send, you know, exhaust or hot air up to the manifolds. And this thing here is broken and it's leaking. So I'm just going to delete that because I don't need it. The tubes have already been plated off up there. And here in California, we don't need those. It doesn't get that cold. So it's going to be just fine. Come around here. The front diff, I think, is dry. You have the torque tube here, but I think it's just the engine oil coming down. The transfer case, the rear one, that seal's leaking. That's a common thing. It's an easy seal to get to. National makes a seal. When I go to do that, I'll post the numbers of the seal. There's the new master cylinder I put in. I got that one on Amazon just because I was in a hurry to get it. It's only $42. You could buy the one that's correct for this one, or you know, the one that's actually for it, like $300 or something like that, plus a core charge, or $200 plus a core charge. That was $45. It's the same master cylinder. It's just different part number on it, but it does the same thing. Widely available in a lot of different, all different brands and part numbers. Let me scoot back out here to the suspension. Every one of these suspension bushings is bad. They're getting right up here on, you know, the rubber's gone. So I've ordered those bushings. That'll be a whole video just doing those bushings. A little bit of body work here. I got to hammer this out. This looks like it hit a rock or something like that. It doesn't look real bad. I'm just going to carefully try to, you know, massage it out of there. Just kind of beat it out with a hammer, you know, work it out. Same with the other side. Just not as bad. From down here, you can't tell, but it's rolled. Oh, it was back here. Yeah, it was rolled under right here. So I'm going to work that around and see if I can fix that. You can see this swing arm bushing's bad on this one too. All four of them are that bad. Tires are just rotted out. It's going to need tires for sure. You know, they've got, I don't know if these are tubes or not. The front ones have like a pressed in valve stem. I don't know if these have tubes. The rear for sure are a tube. And they're holding air. I put air in them. They only had about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 pounds when I got them. The spare one, it's really bad. It's really, really old. It's a Cooper, and it doesn't even hold air. The tube's bad, everything. I aired it up and it's already flat. Coming back here to the back, you can see the brakes. This one's not leaking. This one is, but like I said, I'm gonna do them all. I was kind of rolling this back and forth to check it, and that U-joint's got some slop in it. So I'm gonna get all the U-joints. There's 4 for the rear, and then the 2 for the front. And I'll get those, and I'll do all that while I'm in there, just so they're done. So it's done and out of the way. It's kind of missing nuts and bolts here. Let's get this. Look at this one. Guard nuts just missing the bolts in there. But it's got all the original bumpers. It's got the original guard down there. It's got brackets for tow bar. I have the tow bar. It was on it. I just took it off because it was scratching up the hood. Let me see what else I can get while we're down up here on the lift. If there's anything else to really show. The gas tank looks good. I'm going to drain it because it's got gas in that smells kind of rotted. It's a little bit hard to start. It doesn't have the Mighty Mite carburetor on it. It's got a different one. I'm not sure what people put on those, but I have a brand new Mighty Mite carburetor, and I'm going to put that one on this one. But I'm going to flush out this tank and blow out the lines and get all that old gas out of there. You know, just so it's fresh and it's good. And I can get this thing so it'll just start right up. And then the exhaust here, as you can see from on the ground, you know, I showed you it had the water fording, you know, the muffler and stuff. I'm not sure if this is, I think this is homemade. I'm not sure if that's how they were, but I like it. It's got the bolt-on flange, but you can see it just rotted out here, just totally blown out. And coming around here, the muffler is good. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I don't know what that is, if it's just another muffler or what. But all the rest of that exhaust is good, except for that valve over there for the heat riser. So I ordered this back section of, they call it the tailpipe section. I'm gonna change that out. And then if this will cooperate, it's going back on. If it's just going to start falling apart or I can't get it back on, you know, if I have to ruin the flange, I might just make a new one. I'll just copy it and make a new one because I think it looks good on there. Other than that, that's about it. On the bottom, I didn't check this out. It looks like I might have a small leak at the pinion on the rear. That'll be something I adjust farther down. So today I'm going to drain the gas, get that done. I'm going to drain the transmission transfer case oil, the diff oils, and engine oil and get all that changed out. And then, because you never know. I mean, I don't know if you saw my video I put out on my Mutt, my 151 Mutt. Luckily, I didn't drive it very much. I just went up the street and back a couple times. But we threw it on the lift. We got to do an engine oil change and change all the gear oils. And the transmission had 2 cups of oil in it, maybe. It was almost empty. And this one's actively been leaking, so I don't know how low it is. So definitely we're going to do that before this thing even gets driven anymore. And that way we know what kind of oil it has. So anyways, that's it on this. It's just kind of an intro video to this Mighty Mite. This M422A1 Mighty Mite. It's a later serial number. It's built in 62, and there's gonna be a lot of videos coming out on this because it needs a lot of work. It's a good truck. It's got good bones. The body's really good. It runs. It's got everything with it, but it just needs a lot of maintenance. So it's gonna be good for harvesting a lot of videos out of. So please stay tuned and look out for more videos on this. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and hit that like button, and please share this video with a friend. So thanks for watching. All right, so let's take it for a quick spin. I'm gonna get in here. All right, key on, ignition on, starter at first gear. So these have a 3-speed transmission if you're in 2-wheel drive, but if you put it in 4-wheel drive, then you get a 4-speed transmission. So anyways, that's first gear.